Mon Fabian, nice to see you. Could we just start with the team news, please?
I think it will stay the same. The only player who will be out is Joel. So he had a small issue in the game against Chelsea, so he won't be available, but he will be back after international break.
In terms of that performance against Chelsea, great win. It must have been quite a positive week for you on the training ground.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone gives you confidence. Everyone creates a good energy, a great atmosphere. But it shouldn't be only the result. I think we really should focus on our performance, on how we faced adversity in the first half, how we reacted on that, how we kept staying together, trying to find solutions in possession. So there were a lot of positive things, of course, also some things where we have to improve, but we have to keep pushing.
In terms of how the team are doing collectively so far this season, are you quite happy with where you are?
Yeah, I think we could have more points, but in the end, I always try to emphasize the process. I always try to emphasize the work ethic and how much effort they put into every training session, into every training week, into every game, and therefore I'm quite happy how they work together, how they stick together, how they try to put the energy on the pitch. So overall, if you only look at the results, of course we could have more points, but when you look at the work ethic, the process they are doing, I'm quite happy.
You spoke about Danny Welbeck wanting to get back in the goals ahead of the Chelsea game. He did just that, so quite a nice moment for him. Do you think he's back in your thinking for a place in the starting 11?
He's always in my thinking. So he's a great player, a great goal scorer. Of course, we have to sometimes make tough decisions. Also, make decisions regarding the next opponent. What do we need? How we want to play? How is our setup? So there are several reasons or several factors we have to go through to make that decision. But he's always a factor in my head, and he will be always a key for us.
He brings plenty of experience. Is he working with the other younger new strikers at the club to try and get them up to speed and maybe scoring goals as well?
Yeah, for sure. He shares his experience. He not only shares experience, he's also like someone who really takes care of his teammates, who supports his teammates, who support of the whole environment, of the whole atmosphere. On top of that, we have Bobby in our building. He's also with the strikers every day on a daily business. So it's a good group of personalities, good group of characters who share experience, who help each other, who bring good energy on and off the pitch. And I think that's very important for us.
Yanuba Mter's form this season has been excellent. What is it with him that's changed for you this season and how he's developing?
Doing the easy things right, trying to focus on the technical execution, trying to understand when I can go in a 1-against-1 situation, when I attract a lot of opponents, when I have to see the free teammates. So I think he gets more and more better understanding how he can implement his danger into our game. And on top of that, I think it's the consistency in how he trains, consistency in how he takes care of his body and how he behaves. And these are the main factors why he's at the moment in such a good shape. Now it's about staying really like grounded and humble, keep working, because we know that it can also go quite quick in the other direction. So we have to all make sure that he keeps the momentum, that he stays in the flow, and it only goes by hard work.
In terms of Wolves, their next opposition, what do you make of them so far this season? Obviously no win, but they are showing progression.
Yeah, it's a very difficult opponent to play. Like I said, of course, when you only look at the results, you might think, oh, it's an easy opponent. But in every game I saw so far from them, they had a chance to win it. In every game they played a good football. They were very stable out of possession. They don't give away a lot of chances. They have a good style of play in their 3-2 shape, with a lot of crosses, with a lot of players who attack the box. So it's not easy to defend the box against them. So overall, like I said, I think they could easily have more points. But that's Premier League. That's tough. So we know how it is. But we know that we should never underestimate any opponent in the Premier League. We have to be really ready. We have to push our limits. We have to play like on the highest standards to win this game.
And just finally, the injury to Joel, is right back a position you're concerned about and would like to strengthen in the future?
No, I'm not concerned because we have several options. We have Ferdi Kadioglu back. We have Maxime de Kuiper, of course. Jack Hinchelwood at the moment is injured, but he's also an option there. So we have several options who can play there, and we always try to find solutions.
Fabian, you seem to have options in all positions now. Have you sort of got to a point really where most clubs, they say, want 2 players for every position? Do you feel you're there now?
I think we are not there that we can say we have 2 players for every position, but overall we have a good availability. So I'm really grateful and thankful how good my medical departments work, how the physios work, how the rehab guys work. So they have a great work ethic. They stick together. So it's also proven, like in our availability, that it's much better than in the last season. But now it's really about keep working hard, keep having this availability, because it's one key for me for success to have all the players available, especially when the winter is coming, when the weather is getting worse, then you have to take care of the players. So hopefully we can keep the availability, and then we have a big squad. Then we have a squad with a lot of potential and with a lot of players where we can double up the positions, but not everywhere.
I mean, how important is it not to rely on like one individual player? I'm thinking going forward, you've had 8 different goal scorers already this season, with everybody chipping in.
Yeah, it's really good that you answer this question, that you ask this question, because for me it's so important to emphasize that everyone in the squad is important. So it's not a one-man show, especially not here in Brighton. It's always the team first, and then you can shine as individuals. And we already saw it this season so far that we have a lot of different goal scorers, and it shows that everyone is such an important player, has such an important role. No matter if you're a starter or a non-starter, then you come into the game and decide the game. So you can be disappointed if you're not playing, but you have to be ready. You have to accept the role for the club, for the team. And then when the team plays well, then you can shine as an individual. But that's the main thing for me, and it's also proven in the different players who already scored goals for us.
You played Wolves 3 times last season. How have you seen them evolve over that period and into this season? What's changed? What's stayed the same?
I think in general this opponent, they're always difficult to play against, because like I said, they have a good style of play. They attack the box with a lot of players. They're very good fighting for the second balls. They have a good individual quality, especially their centre mids. They always ask for the ball. They always try to find solutions. Then they have really good strikers, tall strikers, a lot of physicality on the pitch. Their backline is quite fast. So overall, they do a great progression since we met them or played them the first time. They always work hard on their development. They have a good coach, so we have to be ready to play on the highest level.
You've already beaten Manchester City and Chelsea this season. Your record as a coach of Albion is very good against the so-called bigger sides, but against the sides that have finished lower in the table, it hasn't been so good, perhaps. Are you aware of that, or do you see anything in that, or is it just a case of coincidence?
I think that's a long answer I need to give, but to make it short, of course you can overanalyze these kind of results, but on the other side, of course, in the results there's also a little bit the truth. So we have to face both parts. We have to analyze it from both sides, and overall we always do good against teams from the top, and we struggle a little bit against the teams from the bottom. So that's the thing. We know that we have to change it. We know that we have to have a different approach. We know that we have to play with the same intensity like we played last week, and we have to play against Wolverhampton, because you can't underestimate any opponent in this league. And for me, it starts always here. It starts in the head and the mindset. How is your approach? How you prepare? But we also proved it, for example, against lower league teams in the FA or in the Carabao Cup that we are ready to take them serious, that we're professional, that our approach is the right. So I wouldn't say that it's a habit from us that we're not able to beat these teams, but for sure we have to do better in the future, and there are several ways to find a solution for that.